Hey everyone, this is Kronicle here, and today I'm going to be doing another tier list video. Today we're going to be going through the greatest Pixar movies of all time. Oh, and also downright the shittiest. Now, I love the Pixar franchise, especially when it comes with such amazing types of animation movies. I mean, it just amazes me how a company like Pixar has so much creativity to produce these films, and honestly, it's just amazing. The storytelling, the characters, a lot of things. It's amazing. It's amazing how the animation has improved over the years. Now, with this tier list, we're going to be going through the Pixar movies in order, so from the earliest to the latest at the moment. And we have the must-watch tier, A, B, C, Nope, and the haven't watched tier list. Since I haven't watched all of them, to be honest with you. So let's get started. Alright, so first off we have Toy Story 1. Where else can we put it but must watch? Alright, this movie, this really put the franchise on the map. This really put Pixar on the map when it comes to movies and all that stuff. An amazing storyline, such creativity, brilliant characters, amazing story about friendship, and it's also got a great villain in there as well. Amazing, absolute phenomenal. I mean, you literally cannot say anything bad. I mean, even the soundtrack is amazing, absolute wonderful, and yeah, where else can I put it except must watch tier? Well, other than watch tier. Alright, next one. A Bug's Life. Now, a lot of people might shit on me for this, but I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it. I really need to get around to watching it. Apparently, it's a really good film. So, yeah, can't comment on it. I haven't seen it. Now we have the sequel to Toy Story. Toy Story 2. I still think it's must-watch tier. I loved it. It's a great storyline. Nice new characters that they brought in. You know, Jessie, Bullseye, Stinky Pete. Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. Nice storyline of how Woody sees himself as a collector's item instead of a child's playing toy, really. No, God, it's a great movie for adventure and all that. It's brilliant. It's absolutely wonderful. Monsters, Inc. I love this movie. In fact, it's my personal favourite movie in the franchise. I love the creativity in this movie. The fact that monsters need to scare children and to able to, I guess, put energy into their universe. I think that's what it is, because that's how they collect it. I mean, when you first watch Monsters Inc., like you see Sully and Mike, you know, they look like pretty scary monsters, but like if you watch the movie, you just realise how sensitive their personalities are. They got like the villains, brilliant villains like Mr. Waternoose and Randall, I think it's called. Yeah, his name's Randall. And then obviously, how could we forget the child Boo? I mean, oh, he's so lovely, it's absolutely amazing. Funny adventures with them all, and it's a movie you must watch. Now, Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo is a great movie. I love this movie. Watched it when I was really young. I'll still watch it now, to be honest with you. It's a really lovely story of how this little fish named Nemo is like being captured by these guys, has been placed in a tank, and I think it's in Australia, I think. And Marlin and Dory work together to try find him as soon as possible. I mean, Dory is amazing. It's just us. And then you have them like sharks, you know, especially that huge one. I mean, he was bloody terrifying. Yeah, it had a great storyline about a father and son. I'm going to put it in A tier. Alright, The Incredibles. Again, why should this movie be anywhere but must-watch tier? Now, this movie was an absolute innovative film. Honestly, it's very innovative. The fact that they came up with a family of superheroes, like to be able to defeat. I can't remember his name actually. What was his name? Syndrome, that's it. Syndrome. Yeah. Yeah, the main antagonist. Yeah. Yeah, it was such a brilliant movie. I mean, again, it makes you think how Pixar can come up with these ideas. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's amazing. Now, Cars 1. I have to put it in must-watch tier for me. Now, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people might put it below. I think their highest will probably put it in A or B. Some will probably put it in C. Like, some people don't actually like the film, really. But I loved this movie. I loved it. It was one of my personal favourites. But Cars 1, it was an amazing film. About how Lightning McQueen has literally found this lost place called Radiator Springs. You know, going over to literally race for the Piston Cup. And then meeting characters like Mater, Doc Hudson, Sally, Flo, Ramon. I think that was his name, Ramon. You know, the purple car. And then you have Chick Hicks as the main antagonist. One absolute prick. But yeah, Cars 1 for me deserves must-watch tier. My eyes. Alright, next one. We have Ratatouille. Again, another amazing storyline, you know, about a rat who learns how to cook. I'm not gonna lie, is it just me, or does this movie make you feel very, very hungry? You know, like, every time I watch this movie, I have to go grab something to eat. I mean, Ratatouille, it's based on the dish. I think it's French, I think it's a French dish. But yeah, it's an amazing storyline now. This guy named Linguini, he's not really a successful type of guy, well, until later in the film. And he uses Remy to essentially just help him cook, like at this restaurant called Gusto's. So for me, I'm gonna put in A tier. Now, yes, I know the tier list looks fucked right now. Like, I've put so many movies in must watch and A tier. But I promise that there will be some going into the bottom tiers soon. Alright, Wall-E. In my opinion, it's the most beautiful Pixar movie. The visuals in the scene. Whoever worked on this movie, somebody has to give them credit for them visuals. They knocked it out of the park with that one. You know that scene where like the rocket is in space and then Wall-E's just, I don't know, he puts his hand over something. I think they're like rocks, I think, or whatever it's called, and it's so beautiful. The amount of blue, honestly. I didn't think I was gonna be able to be attached to two robots that were in love with each other. You couldn't come up with this, but Pixar can. But yeah, anyways, Wall-E, amazing movie. For me, the visuals is the key point to this movie. The next movie we have Up. Up, oh my days. The beginning alone wins this for me. It really tells a really lovely story about this couple going on in life. The good moments and the very heartbreaking moments. For me, this is the most emotional Pixar movie. It's gotta go in must-watch tier. I'm sorry, it has to. Alright, next one, we're going for the third movie in the Toy Story franchise, Toy Story 3. I have to put it in must-watch tier as well. Like, the Toy Story films are amazing. The fact, because usually, when it comes to sequels and even third movie, sometimes they usually lack something from what the first one was made so amazing. But the second and third movie, they consistently went in with the writing of the characters. You know, the characters were great, storyline was amazing, and the ending was just perfect. It was absolutely perfect. To be honest, I do kind of wish Toy Story 3 ended on that bit, because the ending was so perfect. Oh my days. Alright, next one, we have Cars 2. I love Cars 1. Cars 2? Nope. Why I loved this movie when I was younger, I don't know. Over the years, I have suddenly grown to hate it. The storyline has no connection to the first one. Characters, to be honest, the characters weren't really that great, if I'm being honest. I don't really know what's the big point, really. I'm not gonna lie, if this is like a Mater's Tall Tales like full movie type of thing, then I've been putting it higher on the list. But because like it's named Cars 2, it has no reference to like the first movie, and it kind of cuts out Doc Hudson, if I'm being honest, because like his actor John Meaning had died before this movie came out, and I think he had to switch it up a bit. So yeah, Cars 2, you're getting bottom tier. Now next up we have Brave. Again, I wasn't much for this movie. I'll probably put in C tier. I mean, I just wasn't much for it, if I'm being honest. I know, I just don't really get how like people like it. So it wasn't really my type of movie. Yeah, C tier just like about fits for me. I know people might think otherwise. People might put in the must-watch tier, A tier maybe. Now, Monsters University. Now, it was alright. You know, Sully and Mike, they were alright, I suppose. Now, they brought a lot of the odd characters back. However, it did not live up to the first one. Like, the first one was actually amazing. I can't really remember much of the storyline, if I'm being honest. Well, the plot and that. So yeah, Monsters University is just gonna get B tier for me. I'm not gonna lie, it's a nice movie to go back and watch now and again, but it's not really something you know you can place in these movies an AM must watch. Now next up we have Inside Out. This is a great movie, absolute wonderful. Again, the creativity really hit back. I think this is the movie that really saved the Pixar franchise, because at this point they were really running out of ideas for like 3 movies straight. I mean, they tried it with Brave, I guess, but it just did not work well. They were mainly focusing on, I guess, they were just like more focused on making sequels and all that stuff, but they weren't really focusing on new stories. And Inside Out, when that came out, oh, it's amazing, brilliant movie, very emotional, and yeah, it's amazing. Joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust. Amazing characters. Next one is The God Dinosaur. It just wasn't good. Now, Finding Dory. This movie, again, it didn't live up to the first one. Yeah, it just did not live up to the first one. Although it was good. I thought it was good. I'll probably put in B tier. The fact that like Dory tried to find her parents, and it's like she uses her short-term memory loss as like a bit of a strength, you know, to make her way through to finding her parents after years. But yeah, Finding Dory, again, like Monsters Inc., it's a movie you go back and watch again and again. Just not consistently. Alright, Cars 3. From Cars 2, they really knocked it out of the park with this one. I really like how they focused on Doc Hudson. And also with Lightning McQueen as well. The fact that it gives us a nice story that's, you know, about growing up. And the fact that, you know, Lightning McQueen, he has to retire. And he gets Cruz Ramirez to replace him. And she's a lovable character, nice story. She had a nice backstory. And she goes on to beat Jackson's Storm at the end. Spoilers. But yeah, it's amazing how they put Lightning McQueen alongside his next generation racers. And Lightning McQueen tries everything he can to, I guess, stay in the generation as much as he can. So yeah, it's getting A tier for me. Now next up we have Coco. Haven't watched this, so I'm gonna have to put it in the haven't watched tier. So sorry, I haven't watched a lot of the recent ones, to be honest. Incredibles 2. Where do I put Incredibles 2? Honestly, I think it's as good as the first one. I know maybe people will probably say the first one was better, but I put them high as each other, really. I think they were up to par with each other. The second one was brilliant, and for a sequel to be on par with the first one is a hard task to do, because you gotta live up to the concept of what made the first movie so amazing, and they knocked it out to the par with the second one. A lot of funny moments, great adventure, and it's a must-watch movie. And now Toy Story 4. I was close to crying on this one. I still think Toy Story 3 was better because of how perfect it was. The only thing that was missing from Toy Story 3 was Bo Peep. We didn't know what happened to it. And I'm going to put Toy Story 4 in 80. It's a great adventure. The ending was brilliant. Wasn't expecting at all, to be honest with you. I mean, we were expecting a sad ending, but we just didn't know it was coming down to that. But yeah, Toy Story 4 is getting 80. And with these next two movies, I have not seen, so I'm just going to have to put them in there. So anyways, here's the tier list. So in the must-watch tier, we have Monsters Inc., Toy Story 1, 2, The Incredibles, Cars 1, WALL-E, Up, Toy Story 3, and The Incredibles 2. In the A tier, Finding Nemo, Ratatouille, Inside Out, Cars 3, Toy Story 4. B tier, we have Monsters University, Finding Dory. In C tier, we have Brave, a bit of a mess movie in my opinion. And then in a Nope tier, we have The God Dinosaur and Cars 2. So yeah, there's my tier list. Let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.